Every day, highly trained piano technicians visit homes, schools, and churches, tuning and fixing pianos. It's a job that takes precision and years of developed skill. But what if one had to do it without their sight?
Music teachers needed my skill. The piano owners, students taking piano needed, artists needed my skill. And it was a good feeling. It gave you a feeling of importance.
My life began to change when I entered into the school, the training here, because I had a purpose.
And it's purpose that drives everyone at the School of Piano Technology for the Blind, located in Vancouver, Washington. The students, which number no more than 12 at a time, learn technical aspects of the job and are taught skills needed to operate their own business. It's an amazing place, with a heritage dating back to just after World War II. It was in 1949 when Emil Fries had a vision. Because vocational programs for the blind were being phased out at the Washington State School for the Blind, Emil decided to start a private school. Having been the head of the piano technology department, he was confident that blind people skilled in piano work could earn a very good living. Through his hard work ethic and belief in others, the school thrived. With its focus on teaching visually impaired and blind students, the school became one of the leading piano tuning and technology schools in the nation, if not the world, and the only private school providing training for the blind and visually impaired. Located near historic Fort Vancouver, the school has three interrelated activities that support its purposes. First, as a technical school. Second, as an organization that professionally tunes and services pianos in the community. And third, as a retail operation that sells reconditioned pianos through their store, the Piano Hospital. Students come from all over the world to the Emil Fries School. In their first year, they learn the basics of the piano and spend almost 50% of their time in practice rooms with the instrument.
We start them right away learning the very basic levels of tuning, and what that amounts to is learning to hear two sounds and make them sound in perfect harmony as if they were one sound, and we call that a unison. And it takes a good deal of practice to learn to hear that for some students. For others, they pick it up quite quickly. They have to learn to hear what they need to. They also have to learn to manipulate the tools to make the strings do what they want. And while they're learning to do that, they have to play the keyboard with their left hand. So there are a lot of things that they have to coordinate when they're learning to tune a piano.
As students move into their second year, they begin servicing and reconditioning pianos. It's quite a task, with 88 keys, thousands of moving parts, hundreds of cushioning felts, and over 200 strings. The school has a good supply of pianos for this purpose, some of which date back more than 100 years. Throughout the training, a demanding and strict curriculum requires the students to take many classes. Some are technical, such as the history of the piano, how it functions, and how the different parts work in relation to each other. Other classes cover customer relations and how to run a small business. All of these combined give students a well-rounded education. Statistics show that nearly 60 to 70% of blind and visually impaired people are unemployed or underemployed. On the other hand, after completing the rigorous training, most graduates of the Emil Fries School either go to work immediately for someone else, or as many do, start their own entrepreneurial business as a tuner technician. Not only do they earn a respectable family wage, they also earn the respect and admiration of many others.
I came into the profession of piano tuning because I thought it was a a profession that had a good income for me.
It gave me confidence where I could actually talk to people, because I have to, I have to go out there and talk to them about their pianos.
I walked away with something that gave me total independence. I could go out and compete with a sighted world. I was able to raise and educate, put 4 children through college.
I'm 80 years old, but I'm enjoying the fruits of what I learned clear back in the 40s in the learning the piano tuning field.
The expression that one of my colleagues has, he says, I can come home at night, I can sit down on my patio, yell at the neighbor who is a dentist, come on over and have a beer. He comes over, we share it. I pay the same taxes he does. We drive the same cars, that kind of thing.
It brought me up from being a second-class citizen to being a first-class citizen. That's what it did for me.
From the beginning, the Emil Fries School has employed graduates on its staff. In addition to teaching current students, the instructors also serve customers in the community who call to have their pianos tuned or serviced. Many customers prefer to have their piano tuned by a blind person. Many of the pianos that are repaired, tuned, and reconditioned find their way to the showroom floor of the piano hospital. Customers choose from spinets, uprights, and also grand pianos. The piano hospital also opens its doors to the community as a place for concerts, recitals, and other public gatherings. The Emil Fries School of Piano Tuning and Technology is a 501c3 non-profit corporation and is supported through the generous giving of friends and donors from throughout the country, including service clubs, corporations, and foundations, as well as caring and generous individuals. Emil Fries's passion was to empower the blind and visually impaired by providing them with the tools and training to achieve independence, self-sufficiency, and a better opportunity for life. His dream, which began all those years ago, is being realized every day, both at the school and throughout the country, in the lives of his students and many graduates. Thanks to his dream and the hard work and dedication of the teachers, staff, and volunteers, the quality of life for these visually impaired and blind individuals has never been brighter.